Hey everybody, welcome to Woodchat for August 13th, 2014. This is the shiny head of Uppercut Woodworks. You can find me at uppercutwoodworks.com or on Twitter at uppercutwood. My name is Matt Gradwell, and I am one of the hosts of Woodchat. We do this every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, and 24/7 on Twitter with hashtag Woodchat. With me tonight from the Great White North, Mr. Chris Wong. How are you, Chris?
I am freezing, Matt.
Freezing?
And if I am, it's only because I'm not wearing any shorts or pants.
Oh.
Okay.
Last time was no shirt. This time he's doing no pants.
I'm just saying. There's a conditional word there. If. Okay. Chris Wong coming to you from Port Moody, British Columbia. You can find me online, flairwoodworks.com, and follow me on Twitter at flairwoodworks. That's where all the exciting stuff happens there. And our third host, Scott Meek. How are you, Scott?
I'm good.
And where can we learn more about
the Android phone? There we go. I'm just saving my drawing this week so that I can share accordingly.
If you want to learn more about what Scott does, you can visit him at scottmeekwoodworks.com.
Oh, that's
follow him on Twitter at smeekwoodworks.
Yes.
And
Woodworks on the Twitter.
And find him everywhere else that anybody else who matters on the internet is.
I'm also on Instagram now.
Ooh.
Because I'm cool like that. And
Must be young.
it is also smeekwoodworks on the Instagrams.
You must be young. And a girl.
Am I older than you?
What's that?
Are you older than me?
What year were you born?
77.
Oh, I'm way older than you, buddy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I don't have gray hair.
Right.
Let's just say by the time you were born, I was riding a bike. And made a crush on teachers.
I turned 37 in less than a month.
I'm 44.
When's that, Scott?
September 7th.
September 7th. My birthday's 2 weeks before yours. Interesting.
All right.
And
I have my design. I'm scanning it for you right now.
How old are you, Chris?
I'll be 27. So I'm 10 years young. 10 years and 10 days short of 10 years.
Just a wee lad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't feel it, but thanks. Hanging around you guys helps, though. What are we talking about today besides personal stuff about me?
Well, we can talk a little bit about the Reddit winner.
Let's do it.
Who we should have Joe should be putting a post up anytime now. I'm not sure. My email to everybody and to Joe, you guys tagged on it, went to Joe's spam folder for some reason, so he didn't see it until today. So hopefully the announcement of that will go up soon. We'll announce it here, I guess. And we've got our own challenge this week.
Yeah, if you haven't been following along, at Woodchat we've been playing a picture inspiration game where we start with a picture of anything and then we challenge everybody to come up with a design based on that. And we hosted a special contest on Reddit Woodworking where we challenged you to build something based on that picture. And we've got prizes that are being announced very shortly, Scott, or are being awarded very shortly, right?
Yeah, well, and we all know the winner, so we'll say the winner and show the winning design project.
Great design, great execution, great.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, it was. I don't know. For me, it was a bit of a no-brainer this week on that one. So.
Mm-hmm.
And then I also would like to at some point chat about the Fred West commemorative tool chest that we'll be giving away.
Yeah, I'm hoping that there's plans of that so that we can all build our own too. Because that looked pretty awesome. That looked like something that I would want to like have near my workbench instead of not on the floor, but like some kind of stand or table or something behind my workbench.
How about a pedestal?
Yeah.
Well, do we want to start with that? I can show
Sure.
up. All right.
I saw this just earlier this week, Scott. Pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. It's been in the works for a while, since Memorial Day, and unfortunately we decided to keep it on the slimmer side of more beginner type tools. So molding planes didn't make it into it. So.
No.
But we only have so much room. Even Mark Hicks today, I talked to him. Played a lot of bench cup. He's like, "Man, I wish I could have gotten in on that." I was like, "Yeah, giving away a bench in there would have been a bit tough." So let me find the picture. So a little background on this. I'm sure people have heard me talking about Fred West before.
Yeah.
He passed away back in January. And
was that long ago?
Yeah, it was back in January. So it was right after Christmas. And so basically Fred was the main driving force behind a lot of the hand tool makers. He's the reason why I'm a plane maker in general. He bought my very first plane and encouraged me to make them starting off as a side job, but then it became my career. Kept me in business for the first year, just from his orders. So he's just been the number one fan for many tool makers, and became also just someone to run ideas off of, and was always challenge people to be better at what they're doing, challenging new ideas, new tools. Always wanted the number one off the line, the first version of any new tool that was introduced by most of the makers. And so it just had a really strong impact on the hand tool world. And so his passing away really affected a lot of makers pretty strongly. So I kind of had an idea at that time that it'd be kind of neat to do something in memory of Fred. Either all the tool makers make a tool that named after him or something. And I never really went anywhere with it because I didn't know where to start with. Well, this past Memorial Day, I talked to Mark Harrell from Bad Axe Tools, saw maker, and we were talking about doing a special edition, like handsaw plane combo type of deal. And I just kind of threw the idea out there about the Fred West Memorial type of project. And he absolutely loved it. And so we ran with it. We contacted a bunch of other tool makers and got everyone involved in the final chest here. And then we also contacted our friend Andrew, who's a mutual close friend of Fred's. And Andrew was actually one of the guys who was there when Fred died. And he's created these amazing boxes. And I think I shared some of his work on another week during the design challenge, actually. But they're very interestingly carved and painted, all different colors. And so we had him make the toolbox tool chest for this. So I'll just screen share here. And it's very different than anything else by far. It's definitely not, it's not the anarchist tool chest by any means, or any of those that have become quite popular now. But we wanted it to be open so it showcased the tools that are inside of it. It needed to it just needed to have some of Fred's character in it as well. And then the most important thing for everybody was that Fred's generosity, because one of the things Fred always did is he would buy new tools and he would give a lot of them away. Despite the fact that his tool collection, I still think they've not cataloged it all, the amazing collection that he had of his own, but he was always giving tools away to other people. So we wanted to honor his generosity and with generosity of ourselves. And so this tool chest, which everything that is in it, and I can read through a list of what's in it here in a second, but everything that's in it and the chest itself, the tote, is a value of over $5,000. And so we'll be giving this away at Woodworking in America
Wow.
in about a month. Anybody who is coming to WIA Friday or Saturday morning has a chance to enter it. Even whether you're a full weekend attendee or just a marketplace attendee, all you have to do is come by my booth and fill out a form and put it in, and you'll be entered to. This is the part that I really like too. Andrew made these separate little compartments that kind of pull out of it, and so your chisels and your screwdrivers and marking knife can all be in this, and you can set that right on your bench. I got a little pencil holder, holder for the Jeff Hamilton marking gauges, the marking dovetail marking gauge from Sterling Toolworks, the Sterling plane hammer, which is actually another announcement I should make a little later too. But yeah, let me run through the list of tool makers on here, and you can find all this on my website. I'll tweet it in a second, but we've got Andrew Gore, who made the chest, Sterling Toolworks, the saddle tail and the Sterling plane hammer, Bad Axe Toolworks, the dovetail saw and the carcass saw, Blue Spruce Toolworks, one of his round mallets and a set of dovetail chisels, Lee Nielsen, gravity block plane, Lee Valley Veritas has a router plane, Hamilton Woodworks has a 4-inch and a 6-inch marking gauge, Check Edge Hand Tools has a marking knife and a birdcage awl, Elkhead Tools, a set of screwdrivers, Vandy Weber, a carving mallet, Cronkite Wood Shop, Melancholia Square, signed copy of Christopher Schwartz's Workbenches from Design and Theory to Construction and Use, signed copy of Tom Fidgen's The Unplugged Workshop, Handcrafted Projects for the Home and Workshop, free semester in the Hand Tool School from Shannon Rogers, 1-year subscription to Popular Woodworking from Popular Woodworking, and the 1995 to 2013 Popular Woodworking DVD, and a Mesquite and African Blackwood smoother from me. And you'll notice in the pictures that the smoother in the pictures is not the Mesquite and Blackwood. I just didn't have it ready yet for the pictures. So, yeah, that's what's in there.
Wow.
That's amazing, dude.
Scott, do you have this chest in your possession right now?
No, it will be arriving to me before Woodworking in America. So it will be in our booth, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So if anyone wants to come by and take a look at it, the place to drop your registrations for the contest, for the giveaway, are going to be at our booth. And also Andrew Gore will be working in our booth with us in order to talk to people about the chest. So
that's an amazing chest.
it really
I
is.
take the chest alone with the tools.
Yes, actually, yeah. Everyone needs to talk to Andrew at WIA and hook him up with some work, because he did all of this. All of the makers donated their tools. No one's getting paid for any of this, and Andrew had a lot of man hours into this. So I would love for people to buy some stuff from him to thank him for his work on this. So I'm talking to him about making. So right now I've got all of my chisels and rasps and everything just kind of screwed onto the thing on the end of my bench. And so I'm talking to him about making me something that can move around and just set into a couple dog holes, but it's carved and awesome like that, just for tool storage like that. That I can move to whatever part of the bench that I need it to be, where it's out of the way and but within range, or within reach. So,
yeah. I built one actually. I have a similar idea to that a little while ago, Scott. It's right here behind my computer. I just started with basically a 2x4 of ash, and it's because of the width, it's quite stable. I got my 12-inch combination square there; doesn't tip it over at all if I bump it. It's just a big block of wood. It's got a magnet on the end to hold a tape measure.
Yep.
And I just cut a bunch of holes in the top.
It's essentially the idea. But very cool. So yeah, it was hard to keep quiet about this one.
Yeah.
Just because I was so excited about it, and if anyone's on the fence, this is not in any way like. We had one complaint of someone saying that Popular Woodworking is taking advantage of Fred's name to get people to come to WIA. It was not their choice. We went to them to ask if we could give it away there. Mark and I did, and Megan graciously allowed us to do that.
That's a great venue for it, though, too.
Yeah, and Fred was a huge supporter of WIA. He was there every year. Last year, he got a root canal in the middle of, I think it was Friday afternoon. Emergency root canal. It was Friday or Saturday, and then came back to the marketplace to help out in Mark Earl's booth a little bit. That's how dedicated he was to people and to the tools and even to WIA. So it just made sense to give it away there. Also, there's Friday night. There's a memorial dinner for Fred. So his full family will be there for WIA this year. So it also made sense in that respect. And so we want them to see the chest and see what we did inside. So the idea also is to do this more than once. I think right now we're looking at maybe every other year, maybe further apart than that. And it won't be at the same place every year either. So, but we want it to be something that just always kind of gives back and honors Fred's generosity and hopefully creates some more generosity. So that's the idea.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Mm-hmm. Now someone else talk, because I feel like I've been talking to you.
Yeah.
I'm looking at pictures of his work, and it's just
Andrews?
Colors, the colors,
textures.
It's really unlike anything I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Something I can truly say is unique.
Yeah.
And, it's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Andrew's a police officer in Kansas, and
Kansas City.
Yeah. So, yeah. I don't know what that has to do with anything, but I thought it made sense.
Pretty amazing.
He's a great guy, though.
All right. Why don't we switch gears and talk about the picture inspiration?
Sure.
Get back on track with that after.
Is Neil joining us or not? Is it
I don't know.
I'll check on him.
We were talking about him joining earlier. Let's see. So I guess it was 2 weeks ago. We missed last week, unfortunately. Matt brought us a picture of a Viking ship for inspiration, like that there. And that is our basis for design this week, and I know the three of us on screen have created a design, and Neil has also created a design. So we'll try and get him on the show as well tonight. And who wants to go first?
Scott does.
Scott does. Okay, Scott.
I do? All right. Let me just get some coffee. I'll tweet my design.
There was I think there's a book called Treasure Chests out there by Taunton Press. And they have a lapstrake treasure chest in there, which is one of my absolute favorite designs. One of my top pictures of something I want to build. It just reminded me of it because the Viking ship is also lapstrake. And I could have easily drawn a chest like that.
Trying to remember where I saved my picture. It's probably going to upload. Yeah. It's sideways, so. Hey, Neil just
turn your monitor sideways.
Neil just said invite him, so I don't know. Send him. Take the link out of the top and tweet that to him. He can join from there. That's all we do.
I was gonna say.
Is it working?
Right, there's my. Oh, I forgot to put Woodchat on it. Okay.
I could go first while you look if you want.
I just need to add the Woodchat hashtag. All right. So, I'll screen share it too.
Whatever is this? I'm having a look at
Sideways.
Scott's design here.
It's
And
a self-contained swing.
okay,
Let me get screen share on.
interesting.
And it's an awful drawing. It was done very, very quickly. So you have to imagine there's space in between here, and this is the front leg that sits on the ground, and there's another leg that kicks back on an angle. And so it pivots at somewhere in the middle, or one of those, weird hardware to make it swing. But
One of the glider things.
yeah, kind of like a glider, exactly. So this is the seat part here, and so it's just kind of reminiscent of the shape of the boat, and then even to the point of doing this as a lapped.
That's very interesting because I was thinking you do the same type of thing there, Scott.
Okay.
Except I was gonna put it sideways so you're sitting over the edge of it like a half of a bucket.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was having a hard time getting the 3D to do like an angle view of it sketched out, and it just wasn't working. So I gave up trying to make my idea work on paper. So that's it.
All right. I can see it as kind of a porch swing but
yeah.
The shape of that, I don't know what kind of house or porch it would go on. It's not a classic design by any means.
No, you'd have to have a house that's like blue and white and sits on a lake.
Yeah.
Mm.
Cape Cod house.
Yeah.
you've got any questions for Scott about his design, you can let him know on Twitter.
Questions.
Drop your comment there, and yeah, that's right.
Whatever fits.
Hashtag Woodchat. That's how you'll make sure that we see your comment. Okay, Matt, you're up next.
I'm still looking at Scott's.
All right.
Okay, I'm ready. So I basically said, let's make a coffee table. There's no, what do they call that, main keel board or whatever.
Okay. Huh.
The drawing doesn't do it right, but I did want the on the Viking ship, the boards aren't perfectly horizontal, right?
No.
They go up, and I wanted that, but I didn't do it right in the picture. But basically, it was make a little boat, put a top on it, but those are drawers.
Oh, okay. Mhm.
Yeah. So the idea was make it drawers.
Wow. Would you have drawers from both sides or just one?
Probably just one. I don't know. It depends on the size of it.
Mhm.
How big it was going to be. You could also make the top open. We have one where the top opens and you can throw blankets and stuff in. So
Okay.
you could do one where the top opens. You could do it where it's drawers, but I would also want to make it where in the original you can see like the nails.
Oh, yeah. That's a great character feature for sure.
Yeah. So I thought about making sure you could see those, and then the trick would be which one is the drawer pull.
Or the latch or something.
Yeah. It'd be like a secret, a boat, a coffee table with a secret.
Mhm. Is the top glass or
I think
wood frame? Or?
you could go either way. You could go
Yeah.
glass, or you could go glass, or you could do something interesting with wood. But I thought about calling it plunder.
Okay.
I could plunder in there. So
It reminds me of actually a set of tables or a series of tables made. Can't remember who makes them, but it's not too far from where we are, Matt. And I think it's called the Water Series, and he's got live edge material that faces inwards, and a piece of glass down the middle. I think it's blue tinted glass, or that's how it appears, anyways. I'll try and find a picture for you. Here it is. Screen share. Have you guys seen these?
Oh yes.
you know, it's meant to be a coffee table, so it's coffee table height.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I
Use it for
when I saw these, Chris, my first thought was, "Dang it! I wish I thought of that first."
Yeah. That glass is probably pretty expensive, though. Or something. Well,
Oh, I'm sure.
well, not a big deal. Yeah, it's a really cool idea. I like the tint in there too. Neil's
There's the
here.
Canadian. Other Canadian.
Finally! How's it
Hey,
going?
Neil.
Good morning.
2 Canadians and 2 real country guys.
Oh,
Ooh.
Matt's so close, he's almost Canadian.
yeah, but we have all the crullers, so who?
You're so close, you're almost American. Except you put weird stuff on your French fries.
Yeah, I can't wait to try some poutine later in the year. Well, I guess
You ever had poutine before?
about a month. I've had the Trader Joe's version of poutine.
But is it real cheese curd? Is the question.
Yeah, they were true, true cheese curds.
They're real simulated cheese curds.
Well, don't worry, we can have lots of poutine in Perth.
Heck yeah.
All right.
Hopefully I can swing the travel. That's the only hiccup at the moment. So we'll see.
Okay, Neil, do you want to show yours first, or do you want to look at mine?
Sure, I think I tweeted it out earlier, but I can tweet it out again, I guess. I guess I just decided to join in on this, just tweeting with you guys this afternoon. So I came home and had supper, washed dishes, and then whipped up this design. Make sure I. There we go.
Yeah. I'll screen share it.
There we
go. For YouTube. Here you go. There you have it.
Ah, there we go. Perfect. So I wish I could do the compound curves on SketchUp, but I'm not that talented. So try to keep that the main bow portion and just made it like sort of a little side table, entry table. So my plan was to have the piece second, the row second down be a pivoting drawer, so just be more of like a triangular drawer with a curve.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a side table, or is it a counter, or?
It'd be like like a hall entry table, I guess would be.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Very.
So you'd end up just you'd screw it to the wall. The drawers would pivot out. You just screw it right to a stud, I guess, to secure it against the wall.
It almost looks like a ship coming through the wall.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was trying to get that ship portion, that ship look.
You gotta put a carved naked lady on the front.
If only I could carve.
If only I knew what a naked lady was.
Come on, you have the internet.
Naked lady. Type.
Yeah,
naked lady.
And we've just lost that.
I think you
Don't
should.
forget to clear your browser history.
Yeah. If you make one of these, Neil, I think you should make the drywall around it so it's pushed outwards as if it came through.
Oh, yeah, bend the whole wall.
Should really do it right.
I can do that. I use the tape drywall.
And call it ship with an exclamation mark.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool idea.
I think it'd be cool too if you incorporated some. I think there's an opportunity to incorporate some lighting in that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's I forget exactly what the reveal is underneath each one, but you could easily put some of those LED lights in underneath that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I noticed that you've got a tighter radius at the top and then a very light radius at the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, just sort of played around on SketchUp for a while just to figure that line out, and then put the dividers and then just arced it all out.
Yeah. I think I'd try and keep the radius tighter myself so that those side lines that define the sides of the table taper down to more of a point.
If I had more SketchUp skill, I would have actually made the bottom of it narrower as well, so it'd be more ship-like.
Yep.
I also would have, had the compound curved so that they were, curved on, both axes, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that proficient in SketchUp.
How are you at boat building?
If someone out there, if someone out there knows how to do more compound curve stuff and do it in a way that can easily be taught in SketchUp, that is a SketchUp DVD that would sell.
But imagine
instructionals, whatever.
Well, imagine Bob Lang's done it in his video series, but I don't follow those. So
his is more of the base. His is a good course, but I don't think he gets into the more,
Okay. Yeah, because I can do follow, make a mold it, and then have it wrap around and do that sort of stuff. But once you start really doing curves, like I tried to do that the shop stool build off stool in SketchUp, and that was just I stopped after.
Oh wow! Your stool, Neil?
Yeah, I tried to build that in SketchUp, and
that's a pretty simple design, isn't it? Is there something?
I'm just not that talented in SketchUp.
Okay.
So instead, I just drew something on a napkin and then did a full size layout.
Yeah, nice.
I like it. I think, though, that as it comes through the wall, it shouldn't be a straight line.
Which portion should be the straight line?
The
Or
vertical line as it comes through the wall shouldn't be a straight line.
This here.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
is this
I really like the idea of go find an old boat, chainsaw the front off, glue it to your wall. I like that idea.
It'd probably be cheaper than building that.
Well,
Building it,
go
yeah.
find an old Viking boat and do that.
You get 2 for the price of 1, too, Matt.
Yeah.
They're all over the place around here, so.
Yeah.
What you do is you cut the front end off and put it on the inside, and then like another room over,
Yeah.
put the back end on like 2 walls, 2 rooms over or something.
I got that. I know you do. You do it on an outside wall. So you split the ship right down the middle, and then you have half of it on like front to back or bow to stern, I guess. One like the left port side outside, and then it could be your cooler. You could installate it and then put ice in there, so you'd have all your refreshments, your beverages in the cooler.
I like it.
And then on the inside, it could be like the kid's toy room, so the toy bucket.
You can stand in it out on the outside side and then yell as your neighbors pass by, "I told you to turn the other way."
Now the biggest question is, where do I get myself a cap? Where do I get a captain's hat?
That's a good question. Do a search on the internet there, you can find it.
I might get sidetracked with naked ladies.
Yeah, I know.
Internet.
I did that search, and all that turned up to me was a horrible Canadian band.
Oh, really? Was it black?
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, nice
I
correlation
like
in
that
real.
band, I'll have you know.
This is my design here. I kind of saw, looking at, I don't know, what are they called? The parts of the very front, the bow and the stern. Those little curves there, they kind of look like brackets for hanging a cradle. So I drew up a cradle here. Lap strake for the cradle, obviously, and extend those 2 curved parts up onto the supports. The base I'm not really happy with. I'm not sure what I'd do with the base, but get some more curves in there for sure.
I wish I had a picture of it. I have a friend, acquaintance back in Michigan, who actually did that.
Oh yeah.
Made a cradle just like that, and it like did all of the ship lapping and
Lap
just like
strake.
Hollywood, riveted and everything. It
Yeah.
turned out amazing. So
What did he do for a base?
I think it was a base that came up and over and then it hung.
Okay.
It hung off of it.
Oh, that'd be nice. Just a single point hanging and then.
Yeah,
over.
if I remember correctly. But it was pretty amazing.
I had a really hard time drawing a base I liked, so I just threw one in at the end. Couldn't find something.
And what?
I couldn't find a design, a shape for the base that I was happy with. I didn't want it to be too wide at the top. Didn't want it to be too rectilinear at the bottom.
Well, did you look for inspiration from the Vikings?
No. Hanging on a pair of battle axes?
That might work. But since the ship was Viking, it might be interesting to go watch Vikings on the History Channel and see what they got for you.
I've got a vision of a giant Viking ship and 10 cradles hanging across the gunnels from front to back.
Actually, I just tweeted maybe someone that might work as a base for you.
That, yeah, you need to have the curves a lot more severe at the end for sure.
Yeah,
But
just thinking.
I like the form of that.
Yeah, because you could almost do like the same sort of mimic curve of the bow of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
This
Yeah,
was,
I looked at.
I think you need to make it a full size, I think an adult sized one. You could line it with pillows and just have like a hammock.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought of that that hammock thing when I was thinking about my my wooden swing thing. So,
Mm-hmm.
this is one of them that popped into my head.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to build one of those one of these days.
Hammock?
The base for that hammock.
Yeah. You know, Scott, when you were talking earlier about those tool chests, I was wondering if you're gonna ask him to make make wooden boxes for some of your planes, so you sell that plane in a special box.
I need to do that. Actually, I've had the desire to make an actual like, wall-hanging cabinet.
Yeah.
Someone buy a wall-hanging cabinet and a set of planes together.
Yeah.
Make the deal special edition something.
That
My 5th
hammock's
anniversary is coming up in January, so I might have to do some special things for that.
Your comment on the hammock stand reminded me of that. Wondering if you could make a dedicated stand that would hold the planes from this thing.
I did.
Well, Chris, what about instead of having in the base a crisscross, you build a Viking shield?
Did you say build a Viking ship instead?
Yeah, put a Viking shield flat on the ground, and instead of a
Shield.
crisscrossing,
Shield. Okay.
I thought he said ship too.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Or how about a couple pole axes?
that would work.
It's hung off the hooks and they're driven into a faux piece of ground or a big block. That's a big rock or a block of concrete.
That's how you know that kid's gonna turn out tough.
Yeah.
The kid would have to have the appropriate name to have a badass cradle like that, though.
Sven.
Would that be short for Svengali?
All right. His name would have to be like 30 characters long, but only 5 letters and half of them K.
What's the picture for next week, guys?
That's a good question.
Neil, you tell us.
Me?
Yeah, man. That's
Oh,
the
this is
guest,
what you guys
that's the
played
guest
me.
job.
Oh no.
Drag someone in. If anybody out there has a picture they'd like to
got a picture of
send to
Poutine?
us.
Oh, okay, I got one. You guys might not. You might not like it. You don't have to choose it, but I got one.
Oh. No, liking has never stopped us before.
We weren't real excited about the steak picture the other day. About a month or so ago. That one turned out right. 2 months
That was
ago.
interesting.
Meat.
Meat.
What am I looking for here? Yeah, we've got a little. Found this comic. You guys read Dilbert?
Yeah, of course.
I'm always talking about how numbers don't matter, and you don't actually need numbers to do woodwork. Kind of what he's talking about here. He says, I didn't have any accurate numbers, so I just made this one up. He's got a big dollar figure there on the board. And he goes on, studies have shown that accurate numbers aren't any more useful than the ones you make up. Someone in the audience asked, how many studies have showed that? And Dilbert says, 87.
Is Neil working on a picture, or should I work on a picture?
Neil is working on a picture, but you can get a backup one in case Neil's absolutely... No, he's back. It's
you're not going to want to use it, but...
No? What you got?
I'm waiting for it to compress on my phone right now.
Oh, I like the hammock idea. The hammock base.
That's actually a good idea. Why don't we can set out 2 again.
Let's see here.
We could also use a picture of the winning Reddit contests
Ooh, that's a cool idea.
as
Which we
inspiration.
haven't announced yet.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh, you know what I have to show you guys?
What's up?
This is a plane I built here. It is very long, and I don't know. It's nothing too special about the body, but I just used an old socket chisel for the handle. But if you've been following Woodchat, watching regularly, you've seen this design before. I've got a candle inside there. So this is my incineration plane.
I really feel like this is a one-use.
I don't know. Wood takes a while to start burning, and the shavings should burn pretty quickly.
So
of course the shavings come up, and then they light with the candle there. And
what is behind the wedge?
it's a socket chisel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was very lost.
Yeah,
So
I put an idea
this
for
is
the chat room.
taking
guys.
what size shavings?
Moderate. I don't know. It's got a fairly narrow blade, so I can take a decent shaving, a decent thickness. I've been kind of afraid to use it though.
Oh, come on, set up a video camera and just try it.
Oh, I will. Yeah.
I would set your I would set something up outside. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I'll turn all the lights off when it's dark and make sure my floor is clean.
That way you can see any flamage.
Yeah.
Guys, I put a link for a picture in the chat room. Not sure you're gonna want to use it, but it's one I.
I'm gonna say that plane is the craziest, most ridiculous thing you've ever seen.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty good estimation.
Oh, what?
All right, so Neil, your picture's still uploading, or?
It should. I believe I tweeted it out. It should be.
Oh.
Should be there.
Let's see.
Did you use the hashtag?
Yeah. Huh. I guess it didn't go through. That's weird.
I don't see it.
Sweet.
Yeah. I should check my tweet history on my phone. So I don't know what happened there.
That's a very strange looking building there, Matt. Got some shaky looking pegs there on the outside and an upside down horseshoe on the roof. I don't know what that is. This is the
Okay,
picture that Matt wants to.
That's not the picture that came up
Suggesting.
for me.
No, I put 3 in the chat window.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there's 3 in there?
I'm looking at the.
There's 3 links in the chat
okay.
room.
I'm looking at the Baroque cathedral.
That's the Cologne Cathedral. The Kölner Dome.
I click on the same link again, of course.
Here's another one.
That sculpture's kind
Wow.
of cool.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind getting away from the Viking theme for at least a week, though.
Well, even the cathedral, despite the fact that it was a newer building that
Wow.
we used, it has that same kind of
That's interesting.
reviews. But I do like that. Though.
I
Let's say
kind of
the
feel.
cathedral was.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Tweet finally went through.
Yeah.
Right, let's see. Let's move on. The Great Old Kids Party.
Nice.
When you put me on the spot, it was the first thing I saw.
Cool. Let's do it. You guys in for that?
Awesome.
Right.
Kinda,
Interesting. I still like the idea of using the winning entry in the Reddit
that's a good idea.
contest to
Okay.
re-inspire something.
I actually like that idea. Let's use the winning entry.
Okay.
We'll let the winner, and maybe then next week we let the winner pick.
Okay. Yeah, we should try to get the winner
Sure.
on with us next week if she's willing. So,
Cool idea, guys.
I'm just upset that you guys don't like Vikings anymore. I don't know why I like Vikings.
it's all good, man.
I don't know.
All right, so I will. I'll go ahead and screen share. Here. I'll first pull up the pictures that we used for the Reddit contest. And the Reddit contest, again, is just like our picture inspiration contest we were doing. But in this one, the contestants had to make their design. So we had Falling Water by Andrew Lloyd Wright.
Frank Lloyd Wright.
Frank Lloyd Wright. Good grief. I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Andrew Lloyd Webber, Frank Lloyd Wright. Me. Frank Lloyd Wright, Falling Water.
Gotcha.
We have a giant gear against a wooden wall. And we have rocks balanced in the middle of a pond or stream or something. And then we had the funky screw that Chris took extra time and care to shape that way. So we only had 3 entries in the contest, and yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit disappointed there wasn't more.
Yeah.
But one of the entries was this fly fishing case. Fly case for fly fishing. And so each of them had pictures taken as they put it together. Kind of neat little case there. And then we had a lamp.
That one was well done too, actually. I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very modern looking. I'm assuming it was also based on Falling Water. I don't know. I can see a little bit of the balanced rocks. It was pretty. And this is the winner. This is the Cantilevered Ballet. A course on red oak and walnut. And one thing he says is if he had to do it over again, he would have made it a bit bigger. His phone doesn't lay flat across the top. But obviously, based off of Falling Water, I just felt like I think we all felt like everything in this project was just done top notch, and it really looked good, and it was inspiring. So.
Really cool design, and I like his documentation photos too.
Yes. Yeah. I'll share the link for this, or if somebody else wants to share the link, can we read it or in the Woodchat page, that'd be great. But just him with his number 5 plane sitting on the end, showing that how much it weight it could hold, which is a lot more than what it would need to hold. In case it was missed, that all the side pieces are lap jointed over the trays.
I was wondering if you lapped the oak and walnut there.
Yep. So I thought that was a really good idea, and definitely strong. I mean, it's as strong as this oak is going to be here, so it should be very tough. And the joint probably at the base.
Is there a picture of the drawer open?
No.
So is there a discussion about how he got it to be so?
There we go.
Oh, okay.
Discussion of what?
Okay. That's really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, you even put felt in the bottoms. What was your question, Matt?
Did he talk about how he constructed it to be so strong? Even with the plane on it?
Well, that lap joint shown here is where the strength comes from. So it's lapped over each frame. So you've got a
I got what you're saying.
Yeah. This piece here is lapped over this.
The frames are set into the vertical pieces.
Yes.
Okay. And that's basically it.
Yeah, and like you said, you don't need. It's not like it's holding a radio or anything. It's your phone and keys and wallet.
Yeah.
So, jewelry or something. Yeah. Let me share this on Twitter. So congrats. We still don't have the name. If Joe Levilett's watching, yeah, we need to get the name for him and all that. But congrats to the winner. I think you did a fantastic job.
And
go ahead.
Joe, if you're also watching, you won the overflow sauce set that I gave away a little while ago. I need shipping costs covered, and then they'll be sent out to you, or it will be rather. He's been elusive as of late. I've noticed. Maybe he's on holidays.
No, he just retweeted something about half an hour ago, mine.
Okay, all right.
He doesn't like you, Chris. You're telling us that offline, actually.
Yeah, sorry, Chris. Something about Canadians and there's a bunch of vitriol. That's what I remember. I hope he's watching. I really hope he's listening.
Yeah. Anything else tonight, guys?
I think we're good.
Neil, you want to throw a little plug about your seminars?
Oh yeah, sure. I'm teaching 3 seminars at the Halifax Lee Valley store. On October 15th, I'm doing how to saw. So we're just going to be going through all the different types of cuts. We're going to be doing sort of breakdown cross cuts, breakdown rip cuts, then just how to attack. I guess I'm basically just going to probably pretty much teach the first, second, and third class joinery cuts because that's how I work. So we're just going to go through that and know how to hold a saw, how to stand, how to move your arm. So it's just going to be how to saw to a line essentially. And then on October 30th, I'm teaching hand cut mortise and tenon by hand. So we'll be chopping a mortise and cutting a tenon by hand. Sort of do all go through all the layout, then cut the joint. And then November 1st, I'm teaching full blind miter dovetails by hand as well. So I guess they want me to start doing sort of like what I've been doing with hand joinery, just a series of hand cut joints. So I have some more classes there in the wintertime as well. So
that'd be great.
I think there's 8 spots available per class. I don't really know how many spots are taken up so far. So, but Tom Fidgen was here last week, giving a couple hand tool seminars. So I think I know one of the guys who took one of the classes, and he said most of the guys in there have never really done anything with hand tools, and they're getting more interested in it. So
that's good.
Hopefully there'll be people in my class. I don't want to teach just one person.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be. I don't know the Halifax market, but I think you'll do well. You've got a pretty good following. You'll get people coming all over from East Coast U.S. from as far down as Seattle, like Matt there. Matt's flying out, he says.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, watch it, guys.
Are you coming for the full blind miter dovetails?
I'm actually flying out on Chris's back. Chris is gonna flap.
Matt can't do the full blind. His eyes still work really well.
Yeah, they don't.
His site's pretty good.
I always get a reflection off my head. And
then I'm also going to be at Woodworks 2014 at Perth, Ontario. It's like the Canadian version of Woodworking in America. We got Chris Schwartz this year, so hooray Canada.
And
we only get 70% of them though.
Oh, only 70%. Let's hope it's the beer drinking side.
Yeah.
But Garrett Hack's also going to be there. I'm excited to meet Garrett Hack.
Mark Harrell from Bad Axe Saws is one of the feature speakers.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Which means he will not. Bad Axe will not be at WA for the first time ever.
Really?
Yeah. Are they overlapping dates?
No, it's just 2 weeks away, which is the main reason why I'm starting to wonder if I'm even going to make it. It's like, holy crap, that's a lot of travel and it's expensive.
Yeah.
Oh no, who's
pretty soon.
Yes, me too.
Oh, for Woodworking in America?
No, Woodworking America is only an hour and a half away.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Woodworks is out a ways. So.
Actually, we probably should email about that because what we were saying on Twitter might end up sharing a motel room, so a good idea to get that nailed down. So figure out what days we're flying in, flying out.
Yep. We'll figure it out.
Fellas,
I'm looking forward to it. It should be good.
Yeah. Yeah, and apparently, I guess O'Reilly's. There's a pub there. I guess Tom Fidgen's playing there Saturday night for pub night.
Nice.
So that'll be fun. I saw him his CD release party. Saw him at the Carlton in Halifax years ago, when just after his first book came out. Good stuff.
All right, we've got to wrap up here. Matt, you want to do the honors?
One quick thing. There are the custom branded Sterling flame hammers now with my logo on one side that are available through me. So check those out.
Very nice.
Sexy.
Very.
All right, everybody. That is Wood Chat for August 13th, 2014. We talked about the picture inspiration design game based off of Viking ship. Next week we are going to use the valet that was built by the winner of our Reddit woodworking contest. We do this every Wednesday from 7 o'clock till 8 o'clock Pacific time, or at 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock Eastern time. But it's always 24/7 over on Twitter with #WoodChat. I'm Matt Gravel from Upcoat Woodworks saying goodbye. Chris, you want to say adios?
Chris Wong from Port Moody, BC, signing off. Get your picture done based on that falling water valet and send it to me. Chris@flairwoodworks.com is my email. You got 1 week there.
And Neil, you joined us today. Thank you very much. We hope people sign up for your classes. You can want to pitch those one last time real quick. What's the URL?
I think you just go to just the regular Lee Valley website, leevalley.com. Just go to their seminars. I'll tweet it out afterwards.
Cool.
Just go to their seminars. Just click the Halifax location. The whole list comes up there. So.
Right on.
Thanks for having me.
You want to say goodnight, Scott?
Good night, everybody. Find me at scottmakewoodworks.com.
Go to Woodworking America and sign up to win that Fred West commemorative tool chest.
Yes.
Right on. All right, everybody, that's it. Good night. See you next week.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
See you guys.